Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. We're going to be talking about when God gives you a prophetic word. So if you're interested in this topic, if God has been speaking to you lately, you feel like you've been getting a prophetic word, then this is the video for you, and stay tuned. Okay, so I remember some years back, I was still in my 20s. I was actually in my early 20s, and I remember getting a prophetic word. Actually, I have received two prophetic words. I had got a prophetic word about me being in the fashion industry. Okay, I have always loved fashion since I was a little girl. I love hair and fashion. I always like looking cute, creating different things. I'll be really creative. I would just come up with an idea and just try it out, and then it worked out pretty much how I envisioned majority of the time. I just had an eye for fashion. And I had a creative style too. So people would tell me like, oh, I really like your style. I was a teenager out and about at the mall, in different clothing places. And people would come up to me like, hey, I really like your outfit, or hey, I really like your style. Or they would get my opinions and say, hey, can I ask you a question? What do you think about this on me? Does this color look good on me? What do you think about this outfit? And some guys shopping for their girlfriends and wives would come up to me, and not in a flirtatious way, just asking me like, hey, what do you think about this for my significant other? So this was all like, this would happen to me all the time at a young age, and I just had an eye for cute things, beautiful things, and fashion. And actually, I remember a story that my mom had told me. And before I get into the prophetic words, I'm going to talk a little bit about that. But I remember, so I have remembered my mom telling me a story about when I was a little girl. I was actually just a baby. I'm going to say it as close to I remember as my mom told me. So we were at church. I was just a baby, or maybe a toddler. I don't know. And my mom, she was sitting, like, she was in service, and I guess she was sitting next to this woman, and my mom was holding me. And my mom said that this lady had this some beautiful jewelry on. I think it was a necklace, if I'm not mistaken. Mommy, correct me if I'm wrong, text me and let me know. But yeah, I think she had a necklace on, and I was just really drawn to the piece of jewelry that this woman had. My mama said that I kept on trying to like touch it, or like I was trying to do something with it. I kept on touching it or looking at it, something along those lines. I was just really attracted to her piece of jewelry. Come to find out, the lady told my mom that she's gonna like really nice things. She's gonna like nice things. Okay, so I was always attracted to nice things, and it's nothing wrong with that. You just have to have boundaries. You know, you don't want to overstep. You don't want to make anything an idol. You don't want to put these things above God. So you wouldn't want to be a shopaholic, or you don't want to be in idolatry with these things. So I just want to mention that. Okay, this is not idolatry, but you can have a healthy love for fashion. Okay, and that was what God had placed in my heart. A few years ago, I wasn't really doing fashion like that, or being able to be in fashion really, because I just didn't have it like that. I had other priorities where I had to do other things. I was adulting and things like that. So I had put fashion aside, and then I even had got comfortable too. So I wasn't even like dressing like how I normally would dress too. I had just started getting really comfortable. We go back some years ago, and I was in my 20s. I have received two prophetic words. So the first one, and both of these prophetic words was in the same church. It was at my home church. I received these words from two prophets. I was an adult around my age, maybe a little bit older, and the other one was just a child. He was known for like going and speaking. He was a very accurate young prophet. Okay, let's talk about the first one. So the first one I received was from the adult prophet, and he was, when I went up to get prayed for, he just asked. He was like, are you into fashion, or you really like fashion, don't you? And I said, I shook my head yes. And he was like, it's nothing wrong with that. He mentioned that there was nothing wrong with me having a love for fashion, or that I really liked or was into fashion. And then he started to go on and tell me, what he saw me doing, what he saw in the Lord. He said that he saw me having a fashion business, and he told me some other things about that too. So I was happy about that, but I just thought that maybe he was just, honestly, I thought that he was mistaken it for hair, because I always really loved hair as well. I had got my cosmetology license. I really wanted to be a hairstylist and salon owner. I was already a hairstylist. During that time, I just cared about working with hair. I did like fashion, but I just wanted to focus on just putting on cute clothes if I was able to, and make myself look cute and do hair, and I'll be a successful hairstylist or cosmetologist. That's the desire that I had in my heart. So I thought when I received this prophecy, and even the other one, that it was about me having a hair business. And let's not get this misconstrued or anything like that. God did give me a hair business as well. But I do believe that God gave me my hair business because of the desire that was in my heart, because he knew that that was something that I always wanted to do. And also I had, in a way, had rejected, not rejected it, but I didn't do anything with the prophecy during that time, with the prophecy that I was given. All right, so fast forward a few months later, maybe even weeks, the young prophet comes to speak. Okay, and I went up to get prayed for. When he prayed for me, he told me, he was saying to me, you're not crazy, that's God speaking to you. Okay, and he was just saying, sometimes you could hear different things, or you might question, if it's really God, and am I really a prophet? All of those things, sometimes you can doubt yourself, and sometimes you just want confirmation after confirmation. And I remember him saying, you're not crazy, that's God speaking to you. And also, I got a prophecy from him with business too. So, and it was just very straightforward. He just told me, I don't know why, or he just mentioned, I don't know why I see you with a fashion business, a business in fashion, your own fashion business. I don't know why. No, I received the words, but I didn't do anything about it. There was a time that I did look up schools to see how to be a stylist, like how to style different people. Just never went forward with it. I had a few prophetic dreams over the years as well, and then they stopped. And then I began to adult more the best I could, and I just got a little Lexi Daisy with the fashion. I wasn't buying, I had to prioritize different things. And then even I had just stopped caring up, I won't say I didn't care about my looks, but I just stopped making myself look as good as I normally would. And now I'm back here. I just felt my heart to just start doing fashion again. That's my desire. That was something that I always loved. It always made me feel good. So I just started to delve back into fashion, and here I am. I'm getting there, and God's gonna lead me and guide me. He's already doing that. But I also wanted to make this a word for you guys, or release this word for you guys as well, for what you can do when God gives you a prophetic word. You don't want to miss out on your opportunity. You want to receive immediately what God has for you, even if you have doubts in your mind, even if you feel like something else is better for you, or you desire something else more. If God is telling you this, and you know that it's from God, you know that these people that are coming to you are sent from God, and you know that these are confirmations, and you have been hearing God yourself, in other ways, you know that this is God. Receive it. Don't be afraid to receive it. Ask God to lead you and guide you, and ask him how you can be a good steward over this thing. Okay, remember, faith without works is dead. Okay, you must put in the work. So if God gives you a word, remember, it's not going to just fall on your lap. Okay, it's not going to just fall on your lap. You must put in the work. So with me, when I got that prophecy, I could have, sometimes you just feel like Okay, if it's meant to be, then God's gonna do this, God's gonna do that. But just like I didn't put in the work, nothing came from it. If you don't put in the work, nothing's gonna come from it. So if you receive a prophetic word, just know that you have to do what you need to do. When you do what you need to do, God's gonna do what He's supposed to do, what He promises. So you might get that prophetic word. It might be a promise. It might be something that's good for your life, that's gonna help you succeed and all of those things. But if you don't do your part, you don't put in that work, then it's not going to go forth. It's not going to proceed. Okay, don't let anyone be a hindrance to your blessing. Don't let anyone be a hindrance to you and what God has in store for you. I also remember the first prophet, and he told me, don't let any men, he said it in another way, but we're going to just leave it at men. Don't let any men get in your way. Okay, he told me that. Don't let any men get in your way. Okay, and honestly, that has happened. It did. So don't let anyone be a hindrance to you in any kind of way, no matter who they are. If God gives you this word, you do what you have to do. When it's from God, it will align. Just know that when God gives you a prophetic word, you have to believe it. Okay, you have to have the faith. You have to have the faith to take a step forward. You can't dwell in fear. You have to just believe it, receive it, and go forward. Even when God showed me to come back to New Jersey, I had to have the faith. I had to believe. First of all, I had to believe that I was hearing from God in the ways that God was speaking to me. And I also had to have the faith that it was going to come to pass, and that God was going to direct my steps, and that I was going to have a way to do those things. So yes, I actually had the faith for that. Like, well, God showed me, it took me a few months to do it. I didn't do it right away, but as God started to nudge me more and more, He started to show me more and more. I just started to prepare myself, okay, for it. And, I started to look up different things, look up different reservations. God showed me the dream about my grandmother. Come on. God even had me to have the perfect luggage for me to travel down there. I didn't have a vehicle yet. I didn't even have a license yet. So I had to figure out how I was going to get down there. Okay. But God even had the right luggage for me. Come on. He showed me that luggage, that little $40, nothing wrong with that, but that $40 luggage, it was a set. It came with 3 size suitcases, and it even had a little carry-on makeup bag too. All that for $40 on sale at Walmart around Black Friday sale. I made sure I went to Walmart and got that. So if I would have still saw that, like, okay, that's the perfect, like, that's what I need to travel, and I have just enough to get that. If I would have saw that and still had not went out to go get it, then my works would have been in vain. Okay, I would have been working outside of faith without works instead, outside of that scripture. Okay, I would have missed out on that opportunity. So I went, although God gave me that word and all of that, God didn't just let it fall in my hand like, hey, don't worry about it, Davina, just sit back, relax, and I'm going to bring this person to you, and you don't have to do anything. I'm just going to do all the work. No, I had a work to do. Okay, sometimes God makes things a little bit easier than other times, but no, I have to go out there, go to Walmart, look for that thing and get it. And guess what? It wasn't many options. That was the last that was the last luggage set that they had. That was the last luggage set that they had, okay? And I grabbed it. It wasn't the color that I was expecting or wanted. I just wanted it to be black, but it was this like sea green color that I wasn't expecting. But I'm like, oh, it works. This is it. This is the last one. This is my best bet. Okay, let me go and get it. And I got it. I packed up my things, and eventually I left within weeks, from maybe even days. I can't remember if it was weeks or days. From then, I think it was days, and I left and I went to New Jersey. My mom came with me too, and when she left, I stayed, and the rest is history. So just know, when God gives you a prophetic word, you must have action. You must run to it. Don't be lazy. You know, God also, well, this wasn't a prophetic word, but God had gave me an opportunity to work with someone that's considered a celeb. I had the opportunity to work with Karen Civil. So some of you may know who Karen Civil is, okay? She's worked with many celebrities, and I'm not glorifying celebrities, but I had an opportunity to work with this woman, and I was laxy daisy. I didn't put in the action. Okay, once I finally worked up the courage, it became too late. I was going too slow. She found somebody else. You know, if you want to know more about that story, I'll leave the link, or maybe I'll do a story time up here, okay, for you guys. But I'll do a story time, but just know that I didn't act fast enough. She reached out to me. I was nervous, scared, and thought I wasn't good enough for this opportunity. And guess what? I missed out on this opportunity. Act fast when you get a prophetic word, or if you get an opportunity and you know it's from God, you know it's from the Lord. Act fast. I pray that you stay encouraged on your journeys. Make sure that you share this video with a friend or somebody that you care about. Make sure to like this video if it was helpful to you, and make sure to subscribe to this channel to stay updated. You can check out my community tab. Be sure to check out the community tab because that's where I keep all of the updates and info at. You'll be updated when I'm going live. I normally tell you guys, hey, I'm going to go live this day, or hey, I'm going to go live this time today. I also do trivia up there. And yeah, there's plenty of updates up there. I share many information that's important up there for this channel, so make sure you check out that community tab, okay? And like I mentioned before, do not forget to subscribe. I would love for you to join the fam bam. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.